Hello and welcome back to another stream. And I don't want music right now, dude. Music sucks. Let's go back. What the? Huh? Gotta question this for a second. Okay. Going to Disneyland today, so we can do fun stuff. Yes, everybody knows that fractioning towers connect vertically. Anyway. Yeah, today we're going to go back to doing stuff. We'll begin working on stuff. Yes. So we left off. We had to do some work on the building, I think. Don't actually remember. It was this morning. It's been a minute. It's been a minute. I know that I want to work on some stuff, specifically a railway, for our future cracking setups and stuff. Holy crap. Stop! This game makes it easier. Hello. Okay, we have to sleep. Yeah, so we're gonna do some more stuff on the reactor. We're gonna do some more work on other stuff. So we should be able to do that today. Not sure what other stuff we have. Should just be reactor. Don't know why we would use we need like a white brick, what has a tiny brick material? Ice. Not using ice. I mean, we got like tiles, we got redstone, we got like stone bricks. We have like everything. What? Purple block? Oh. We have like everything I don't need for building. Hold on. There we go. It's perfect, right? We should need... We should have... What the heck? Just give me the slabs. We're gonna work on the nuclear power plant. We're gonna do that. And then we're gonna go... work on something else. Making it better. Yes, nuclear power plant. I don't know if red should go up top or if it should go on the bottom. We'll figure that out in a second. We have also the plans are to have a massive railway hub in this area, like in this general vicinity, that's going to handle our ore processing with other areas. Because obviously the area I'm working in, this area is pretty large. In fact, we might even extend out of this area. Look at this. What? It's plains, but it's perfectly green. What kind of biome generation is that, dude? But we're going to extend quite a bit to encompass the entire area for harvesting, pretty much. We need all of the resources. Also, we're not building everything specifically in this one spot. Yeah, it looks like it's upside down. Like, I'll show you how to build this like it's a metro. Build it like a metro, bro. That's what you need. Like that. Red on the bottom. Limestone up top. That's what you need. to do. You see, and this stream this morning was so much better. You just can't, like, at this point of the day, I'm just exhausted. Like, I don't really got anything left in me for a stream, but I have to make, I want to play Minecraft, and I can't play it without you all, so you all have to be here to enjoy the stream, you know? It's a sad fact that if I play without you all, it will be sad. It will be said. Oh, yes, also, we had this entire thing shut off because, you know, we're waiting on getting energy and stuff into it. So, like, yeah, that's why I haven't had this thing running. So we need to set up the energy grid. That's the thing holding it from actually being able to run right now. So, just a cable from here to there. Should be able to cover everything. Should also be good for a future power supply. Right, so you have this. Boom, boom, boom. We're gonna connect it over to here. You know, I hope my phone doesn't go off because it's already pinged me too many times. It's made me upset. It's made me mad. Which I don't know. Don't know, man. Don't know why that is the case, but it is. Okay, there we go. That's better. Because I don't want it to connect directly to the turbine. That will transfer the energy between these two and then out of here. So this guy can run. He's going to produce 22 kHz per tick. You can see in a second. Yeah, 22 kHz per tick, bro. Like, lots of energy. Lots of energy. Which pretty much opens up the possibilities of us running higher level nuclear power plants now. And also, yeah, that's pretty much it. So that's all I would need to do is have that running constantly to get us those higher level Zernox reactors. And also run our electrolysis plant. Since we're running Zernox, we just have to build more Zernox to be able to do it. Zirconium oxide reactor, obviously. Gas-cooled reactor. Reactor coolant is such an interesting topic. Because you could spend days discussing fuel types, like, just to figure out which one you want for a reactor, like what is going to be the best. Most of it's just researching what you can do to make a better reactor, what will make our reactor run efficiently. Let's build this cool new idea. Let's build this cool new idea, guys. Build this cool new idea. Thorium. How much energy has this produced? Once it runs out, once these deplete, then it's ready to be shut off. So we have to disengage the power, and then we'll release the control rods pretty much, and then we'll have to supply more thorium fuel, which is where things are going to get interesting because I'm going to have to automate thorium. Like, when we automate thorium and stuff, are we going to automate the fuel input to here, or are we just going to store it and be like, oh, well, I need fuel in the Zernox reactors. We still got them running, so. And you can run the Zernox reactor to the end of the time. Like, you can keep these up even into your PWR phase of reactors. But you're just kind of limited by the energy production that they have. They are the lowest output. Simplest to run, but lowest output. Also the safest to run. Unless you end up doing something stupid with it. So you have to genuinely be dumb to not use it correctly. Like, whereas an RBMK will try to melt down. Or a PWR. PWRs are a little bit more dangerous, but they're pretty much also equally as brain dead. Like you could build a PWR without any brain cells at all. Like if my PWR, or if my Xernox reactor is good, which it should be. Okay, so that's at 96 depletion. Shut it off. Oh wait, what? Now that's unexpected. That's unexpected. It's been reversed. So now it's producing more super dense steam. It's at 11 bars. That means I could actually increase the amount of what we have in there and get more energy out of it. Hold on, that's weird. I thought, how much energy is that outputting actually? Cut this off. Cut this off. 84.96. Shut that off. So if it's producing a little bit more, obviously I have it configured to run uranium. Should I swap it over so it runs thorium? Since we just converted thorium, that makes sense though. Because Xernox thorium fuel. No, this doesn't actually, that's not actually how that works, but it kind of is. To explain, essentially, as you add neutrons to thorium-232, it will become fissile. Essentially, what this probably demonstrates is the step where it becomes thorium-233, which decays rapidly into uranium-233. So it's basically, which I actually should look for books on that. I really should read like books on that. That'd be a good thing to read. That'd be awesome to read actually. That makes me want to go read books. But basically what that does for us is essentially tells me that I now have the ability to get more energy out of this thing. And that's exactly what I will do. If I take energy out, I can get energy out. So we are going to need a bunch more natural gas probably. Probably stock up on that so I can get more CO2 and figure out what temperature it needs to run at. Because in theory, I should focus on maxing the amount of thorium I can have in there that breeds over to the thorium-232 or thorium fuels, which run a lot better. Then the next stage after thorium-232 is obviously it will decay, we'll disassemble it, and we'll turn it into the wonderful material known as uranium-233 fuel rods and put those in the second one. So that's how that's going to play. So we're going to stock a barrel with some natural gas. Then we'll come back. And then we should be able to power everything. So natural gas to CO2. Now, the way the process of natural gas to CO2 works is a question I don't have an answer to. But theoretically, what you're dealing with is you're probably burning it. And, I mean, you might be able to do it some other way using a catalyst. Okay, I'll grab some oil while we're out here too. Just wait on the oil. Crude oil. Crude oil. I'm gonna head back. So with the train station idea, basically I'm gonna have a bunch of mine carts that end up running around out here, right? They're gonna basically, this is gonna be an area where I have my mine carts at, and then I'll collect. I haven't even made the thing yet. But basically that's going to be for like ore processing and stuff. I can have it long distance and have mine carts that go around and stuff. chunk load each chunk as the minecarts go through. Maybe, I don't know. I think I'm just building that for fun. I'd just build it for fun. It would be pretty cool to have though, like some kind of weird way of moving items without like conveyor belts. Local area transport. Obviously, you can't go out like past a certain number of chunks. There is a limit to how many you can do, but it would be cool to see it within our boundaries, within the limitations of that technology. I really don't like these walls. I just don't feel like it goes together well, but we will see. Any good ways to get silicon? Yes. You can either acidize sand into... What is it called? Fiberglass. Oh, it's not real. Oh, there we go. Fiberglass. Which is able to be made into silicon in the arc furnace. Gives you 4. Or you could do asbestos. Now, obviously, with this... Make these, then put it in there for 40. Just way to go. Asbestos is similar. Should give you about, what, like 12? Yeah, it gives you 4. Those are your best ones. And then you also have quartz, which is 3. Here you go. Yes, you need an arc furnace. The alternative way of doing that is to go out and hunt down, like, microchips and chests, but I doubt you're going to be able to find enough for whatever you're trying to build. So I would just go for the, you know, the, what's it called? Arc furnace. Just go with that. I have an arc furnace. It's not hard to get. It's one of the, I mean, it is a machine it is a machine in HBM mod. What's easy for me to make is not easy for most people to make. What does even the arc furnace cost? Like, if you want to get the most out of your electrodes, definitely try to use like things that give you 20 or like things that give you 4 versus 3. The more it makes, the longer your electrodes last for the amount you get out. So I'm just giving you that advice as well. I will be back in a second. I have come back to do some more stuff. We just have like a little bit more work to do, I feel like, on what we're doing. I don't know what we're doing. Natural gas. Now I will swap this over. It's this. It should just be set to the same setting. Yes. Brilliant. Question is, where are the things? Well, not in there. That's odd. Here they are. What little carbon dioxide we have will go into the process of doing the stuff. Alright, so we need to increase our barometric pressure. Now the way this works is the higher the gas pressure is, the less energy it's going to take for water to be excited into a gas. So if you increase the pressure, then a liquid, the curve on this liquid is going to be different. So we're going to press the button. Now as you can see, the temperature is going to be lower because you have a lot more gas. However, at the same time, we should get more energy output, especially as these become irradiated. So we'll try adding more to see if it increases or decreases the effectiveness of it. 89. 89. Okay, reduce it. Never mind, it is 89. That's the resting point. 239 Celsius, 15 bars. Now it's really weird because you think putting the barometric, the pressure, all the way to the tip of the orange is the best setting, but it works both ways. You have to consider temperature as well. You see, at this, the ratio of temperature to bar at this point, let's go ahead and say that if we divide 239 by 15, right? So let's go ahead and do that. Gives you 15.9, that number, right? This should be 15. So if I were to go, let's say I increase, or let's say the temperature increases, right? Let's say it increases to 300. So 300 divided by 15. Oh, wait, no. 300 divided by 15. So at 15, it's going to be 20 is the sum of the ratio. So what I'm looking at here is that it's at 15. Let's see how it goes when it actually goes up. See the temperature if it goes up. Hello? Because it's about to transmutate. Oh, is the energy filled? No, it's not. Hold on a second. Okay, it's gone up in temperature. Hold on, all right. Temperature is at 370 and it's at 20 bars. So at 378, we'll see what the actual number is. So I am expecting, how much energy is it producing? 182 kilo-HE. Carbon dioxide levels up. So if I balance it like it was before to get the most out of it, 182.06. All right, 15. The pressure is at 22 bars. Okay, now decrease it. So it looks like the sweet spot is between 13 and 14. Then we do the math. So we're going to take 21 and 361. So then in theory, 361 and 361 divide by 21 gives you 17. That's weird. Well, what does it give you at 22? 361 divide by 22 is 16. I was thinking it was going to be just like an exponential thing, but no, it is a curve. The graph is definitely some kind of a curve. Like, I figure if you put it on paper, like if we were to put that graph onto paper, the ratio of temperature to barometric pressure, it gets exponentially higher. So like, how would this work? So at a higher pressure, you need a lower temperature, or at a higher pressure, I don't even know that there's an even ratio between those two. I mean, I know they're related, obviously, because you can run a lower temperature at a higher pressure and get a similar output. Anyway, now that we have successfully transmuted those, we're going to shut it off, and we're going to go work on our actual stuff, other stuff. How do I make that look good? How am I gonna put a door in here? Like, door goes there. It will just work, okay, guys? It will just work. It's just as intended, guys. It's an intended feature. No. So this is where it's going to be. I guess instead of doing a section of bricks here, we'll just do a section of tiles all the way down. That will be at the entrance. That doesn't look too bad, but then you get the wonderful effect that it doesn't have the bricks there. So we'll just have to do with what we can do. Just do some stone bricks. How much energy is in these? 5 million. Then we can just go back to what we were doing and see if I can... What the heck? See if I can get... So we need to actually build some more stuff for the nuclear plant, right? Obviously, when all of it decays, we're going to need to have a centrifuge and a cooling basin ready to go. And then we'll have to figure out how to do the sorting and stuff. It's going to be kind of a pain, but not actually painful at all, right? Because we have a lot of space to work off of there to actually do that and put that into action. The biggest part of the plan is that we need to be able to take the uranium-233 and use it again. So that's the big part, is that the uranium-233 has a higher output. We should be looking at around 0.5 million HE coming out of this thing. So 500 kilo HE should be what we're looking at, but for a total of every single of all the Zernox we have, it could be anywhere between that and 0.3 million HE. Because those are the numbers I would go with. Because obviously it's going to be a little less than I would expect or hope to get. But 0.3 million HE is a lot. Well, it's probably more, yeah, it's probably within the range of 0.4 to 0.5, but 0.3 million HE at a lowest. So without a doubt, this is going to be the power plant that we need. Especially because the energy consumption on a machine such as an electrolyzer is excruciating. So we need to have capacity and production to handle those demands. That's achieved by having a nuclear power plant like this that can take and distribute and store energy. So I am going to go to do that. I'm going to go into the working process of this. am I looking at with this? Oh. Building the actual ore processing now. Let's do it. Let's do it. That's what we're after. This is exciting moment. Very exciting moment. We're gonna put all of this in here. I don't want to do that right now. We're gonna go ahead and work on ore processing, right? We should have dash. We don't have dash. We need redstone. But we should have the centrifuge stuff ready. Yeah, because each centrifuge costs like barely anything. Yes, just give me these. These. So you're gonna need 8 for each one, so yeah. What the heck is this? Each of them needs 4. Okay, perfect. Oh, well, actually, we have all of that. Then, what is this? This is for the centrifuge components, actually. We'll require those. So 2 iron plates. Then you're going to make all of those into those. Then we're going to make steel and titanium plates. So high-speed steel next. Which should be everything you need. Then motors. So for that, type in coil. Because it will cost a coil. So it will show you the recipe for this. Boom. Now I can just shove it into here in the assembly machine and run it. Centrifuge element. Okay. Do it. Execute. Okay, give me this. Centrifuge element is ready. Now we will go ahead and switch over to the centrifuge itself. There. We're gonna throw in all of the stuff we need for that. Shouldn't be hard. Should be fairly simple too. Excited for this part. We've been waiting a long time to actually do this. You don't understand. We've literally had this set up for multiple streams at this point. Oh, dang it. Forgot to make these into plates. It's really just an extra step because it's the same amount of plates to ingots. Here, we're going to run this through here. Assemble. We're going to take a picture of that. It's beautiful. And then we're going to make that thumbnail. Thumbnail, bro. Hold on. I will be a second. Just 1 minute. Change. Change that. Open that. Yes, perfect. Good. That is the beautiful thumbnail of all time. There we go. 2 centrifuges are done. So this is when ore processing finally begins to take off. Begins to take form. Take shape, if you will. The question is, how am I going to get energy to these guys without removing these blue blocks? We're going to have to like go and use the cables through these, so. Or just put them through the ground, probably would be the best way. But regardless, doesn't really matter that much. We're going to need to make quite a few of those things. And they're going to require a lot of redstone, so we're going to need the silk touch redstone. So we can get all of that, so I can build 4 ore acidizers. And then we're on to electrolyzers. In the videos that I was making of this, I didn't actually get that far. So what we need to do is head down and collect redstone for mercury, or find an alternative method of mercury. Because you can get cinnabar, put that through a coke oven. That is an alternative method. There's also the method where you take bauxite production, but we're not quite there yet, as I haven't laid out the resources to make sure we have them yet. So we're not there yet. But we should be there pretty soon. I'm looking for redstone. That is what I'm looking for. So hopefully we can find some. I know there's gotta be some in the spaghetti caves of doom. But we're not going to the spaghetti caves of doom yet. We're not there yet. I mean, there's gotta be at least a little bit down here. Like you'd think. Oh man, you'd think we'd at least find some redstone. It's okay, we got plenty of uranium here. Hey, I do need more uranium though, because we did process all of it. So if we want sherbidium, you need uranium for that. Which is actually something that could come up in the future, is the sherbidium processing. Really soon, actually. And it's definitely guaranteed to come up as a future subject that we are working on. Yes, good. Mercury dash. Good. Mercury and dash. Just digging a straight line until I find more of what I'm looking for. Or until I hit that tunnel. Whichever comes first. Spaghetti Caves of Doom. Or whatever I'm looking for. Beryllium. Oh, yes. You know how much beryllium we needed earlier? We needed like a lot of beryllium. What is this? Lead. What am I doing? Give me that. I need that. Okay, throw the dirt on the ground. Alright, uranium. Uranium and sulfur for yellow cake to make uranium hexafluoride, right? Hopefully there's redstone in here. I doubt there is, though. So what, 3 pieces of redstone? That's all we're gonna find? That's literally it? All that's down here is just 3 pieces? I doubt that. Look, there's... Oh, this is awesome. I love this. What was that? Sounded like a massive explosion. I hope that wasn't a massive explosion. Ah! You know what it could have been? It could have been the Xernox. You know, you just leave the Xernox and then you come... The next thing you know, it's gone. That'd be hilarious, dude. You know, that wouldn't be unexpected. That'd be typical of what I do. Be typical of the experience I get. I hope it's not the case. I really hope so. We are in a mountain biome. Remember, I'm not here for iron or anything like common. I'm looking for redstone, apparently. It's not common. Apparently redstone's not common, guys. Well, rare earths are actually super common. And uranium and thorium are. And gold. Oh my gosh, guys. So common. $17. How much will I actually need, though? It's a question that I do not have an answer to. I know gold can get you there, too. I know you can get there with gold. Hmm. This is okay. What is it? It's not. What's going on, man? What's going on? What's going on? Okay, I should be okay for now. Shouldn't have to do anything, hopefully. Do we need emeralds for anything? I don't think you need emeralds for HBM mod. Like, it's like the least useful thing. I even already have some emeralds. They have 0 value in HBM mod. Grab some redstone. We'll look around and see if there's anything else here. Okay, there we go. We'll see if there's anything. Okay, let's go. Oh, this is literally emeralds right there. Literally emeralds right there, bro. Beryllium emerald ore. What is this, a mob spawner? Cinnabar. I don't need cinnabar. I need to go to the surface now. We have to climb out of this and then go up to the surface. Shouldn't be hard at all. It should be pretty easy. What is this? Oil? Oh, it's just the void. Hey, look, more malachite. Let's mark this because this is actually handy stuff. Boom. Some alakite right there. Hematite, alakite, whatever the type. No, don't turn downwards, please. Stop. Imagine being a cave miner with, like, what is it called? Like one of those lanterns that you have to use like a helmet that you put like a candle on. That would be stupid. How do you even see in the dark with a candle? Also, that's burning all your oxygen. Like, I don't understand, like, does that actually work to help you see using a candle? I've never actually been in the dark and used a candle before. That's weird. Like, I can't imagine it does much. Like, a big fire, you can kind of get a little bit of light out of it, but it's like a candle enough to make you see. It's a difference. Candles or what? Candle or big fire? What's better to see from? Obviously, the big fire would be the better way to go. You can see everything in a fire, but not. I doubt a candle provides enough light to actually see that much. All right, we're almost to the surface. We're almost to the top. Oh, hey, we're right here. Right next to my base. Which is perfect. Because that's where I need to be. Let's go ahead and take all of our stuff and process it through. Not that one. Let's go with this one. Actually, that one's pretty much booked. Stop! So we're going to take our redstone. We're going to put it in there. Going to dump some stuff into here. I've got too much stuff right now. Alright, so I should... Well, this is processing. Okay, while it processes, I'm going to make... Gonna make fragments of meteorite. Oh, turn that off, by the way, because that causes lag. Like, you flash this on these, you're instantly lagging the game. On these, lags the game. On this, lags the game. Anytime it comes in contact with anything that's a tile entity, will cause lag. See, this is fine, but that right there, that right there, that causes lag. Those, it's too far away. Hey, wanted to say your videos and content have been amazing and has made my experience with HBM turn from dying to coal dust to harassing my friends to try it. Thank you. Man, that makes me feel very good because I enjoy sharing the joy of HBM with others, so I'm glad that I've been able to change somebody else's opinion of HBM mod, make it better maybe. Like influence others to play HBM. It makes me happy. Can I put this in this slot? Oh, it just goes in the helmet slot? Okay. Now I won't have meteors falling on my head. But yes, like HBM mod gets really beautiful once you get into the actual part where you're building the machines, like you're building massive machine networks and stuff. I guess that's what I would call oil processing is a machine network here. Like this is a massive, beautiful construct. Like this all does my material processing, my chemistry and everything. And then that's where it gets beautiful because you can look back and you go, wow, I did all of that. Did every single bit of that. So I'm going to need an acidizer. That's going to be a bit of work. it's going to be a bit of work. Hold on. Let's see how much, if I've used any of this stuff. I should be able to do it. Because I need a stack and 32 pieces. That's what I need. A stack and 32 pieces to be made into plates. Is that set to make? Yes, it is. So those are all going to go into plates. Obviously, now that we have the mercury pretty much complete, well, it's a work in progress, but still pretty much complete. Might as well be. Hey, we still have to upgrade the smokestack as well, because then we're going to be getting fullerene for the ICF. ICF is a huge goal, but we're not doing the ICF. At least not yet. We're far away. ICF is a distant memory. It's long forgotten. Something we once tried but gave up after the laser. The laser on the ICF is the killer part. Like you can actually, like once you get through building the ICF, and then you're like, okay, all my fullerene's gone, and you're left with that laser. You're like, oh, guys, you need like 20 days of constantly running these, like 20 real life days of running every machine exhaust into an industrial smokestack to get to the ICF, to get past it. Because then you're not going to have any fullerene if you don't do it for like 20 days straight. It's the most incredible machine. And then you can look back and go, man, I did all of that work. Did it all. It was a great experience. We're going to make 4 of these. 1, 2, 3, 4. Then we're going to make wires. Then I'm going to surround the wires in this. Then I'm going to make coils. So do 1 and 2. 1, 2. And then I'm going to make after that. It should pretty much just be what we're left with is the titanium shells. So if I have titanium here, just do an entire stack of titanium. Shell. Titanium shell done. We need another integrated circuit board, apparently, because we don't have enough. We do have enough. Thank Jesus. He's there for us. To where I have enough. Now we just need dash. Dash and then welded plates, which are currently going through the process of being made. A long process of being made. You know, like the redstone should also be mercury, bro. Should also be mercury. All right, let's go figure out what stuff I need. Oh, I have 11. 11 dash. Should be enough, actually. Soon we're going to be able to automate this, by the way. Because at that point, I will be setting up the... Once we've finished ore processing, I'm able to set up the first layer of our massive bus. It's like a school bus, but it takes all the materials around. Alright, we're just waiting on welded plates. How long will it take to get welded plates done? 20 welded plates. We need 32 to weld. And we'll just head over here while we wait for them to finish up. Obviously, people ask, why do I not make, like, why do I not use AE2? And the answer is simple. AE2 is just not really pushing your mind to work hard. You want to work hard, then you have to push your mind to work hard. Wait, did I do the math correctly? Or did I just make extra welded steel plates? Also, that needs 3 titanium shells now. That means that I only have enough, because that's, if I split this, it should be, yes, I have enough. Well, I definitely have enough for all of them. Acidizers. This is the most we've actually assembled in one episode. Next is chem plants. If we're being technical, chem plants are next. Whoosh. Nice. Oh, that's gonna be... That's a little precarious with how the roof's gonna be there. I mean, it should fit. Should fit is kind of yeah, maybe I should have thought that one through a little bit more. Obviously, I can just lower them into the ground. That's what I definitely am going to do. Just reduce it down into the ground. Tool ability deactivated. Put it into the ground. Because then it won't be in the roof as much. And then it leaves that on that side. Okay. So that's how I'm going to set that up. AoE 1. Just AoE 1 each of these. And then that means all the power could be ran underneath, or it could be ran through the top, or it could be ran through however the heck you want to do power. That's the problem with this. That I don't know how to do the power yet, because I don't know how I want to do the power. So we're kind of stuck. We're stuck at a bad place where I don't know how to do the power for these. How to cable it all. There we go. Should work. Could work. Will work. Wait, it costs 2 integrated circuit boards. So you're telling me I need to make double the circuit boards? Is that what you're telling me? You're telling me I need to make more circuit... Oh, it's okay. It's okay. We can make more circuit boards. Just gotta check the microchip recipe, because that's what's gonna hold us back. Microgravity algae film. What the heck? Ah. Because I should have all of the chips set up. Or all the stuff I need to make chips set up. What's the holdup? Why is there an issue there, dude? Oh, because I didn't shift it in for the first iteration? That's the problem? That was the holdup. Flint is actually statistically better, if I remember correctly, for making waffles. Because that's what we're after. We're after waffles. That's why we're making the silicon dioxide nuggets. It's because the next step is to make a silicon dioxide wafer, make it into a silicon dioxide waffle, and then make it into a silicon dioxide next thing. Or silicon... What? How am I? Okay. Look. Oh, I can grab it out normally. Okay. That's weird. Place these in here for silicon wafers, and then we're gonna go ahead and take a silicon wafers and make waffles. Please make the waffles now. 1, 2. We're gonna have 32 waffles made, which is a lot. So in order to keep up with that, we need to also have a lot of copper wire, which I probably have a bunch of it just lying around. We're going to look around and we're going to see I have all of the copper wire in the world just sitting in one of these boxes right here. All that's left to do is to obtain some what are they called? I always forget what they're called. Insulators. They're used on cables. They're insulators. It's just such a weird name for something that doesn't look like it insulates things. It doesn't look like an insulator. But HBM, it doesn't look like an insulator. 32 microchips. These are edible. Remember, you can eat the microchips. You can eat the microchips if you don't make Space Girl. So the deal with these is that each of these has a material it's gonna have to make, okay? So each of these acidizers, well, needs a material that's gonna have input into it. So somehow we have to get materials over to these, either through the ground, which is probably how I'm gonna do it, is have a second layer here that you can go up and down between. So then we can have chemical plants here that do each of the processes. There's 3 major ones: peroxide, sulfuric, and nitric. There's also high performance solvent. However, that's going to be outside the scope of what I'm doing here. That's more of a other project. However, it could have changed. Might as well take a look. Uranium. Uranium goes into Obviously the ore acidizer, but what does the ore acidizer do? Okay. Well, we know what it does pretty much. I'm gonna rotate these all also. So that way they're like this. Nice and same. Similar, similar, similar. Yes. Now, inputs go in through the front, and then we'd have our chemicals go in through the sides. Then we have our chem plants in the middle, doing chem plant things to produce the chemicals. Obviously, it's going to be conveyor belts because you don't have any other options than conveyor belts. That will allow us to sort everything into those. We're also going to run the outputs of these to these, which are going to output upwards into a lower belt down on here, on this level. So that's where that comes into play. So we need inserters and extractors and such for conveyor belts. The additional one of these is going to be for engine lubricant, specifically making HP solvent. So that's for the HP solvent stuff. By the way, that's why I made that, because I know I need it for chlorinating HP solvent. Obviously, I could set that up here right now in addition to what we have, but it's not really a part of this process. Okay, that's going to be part of a separate, you know, it's not general ore processing, which is what we're doing. That's more of a bedrock ore processing thing, or even other types of ore processing involve that. So we're not going to mess with that. We're just not. Now, what I should have is iron, copper, and steel, which are what we need to make those. So we're going to need iron, copper, and steel ingots. Then we're going to need to make copper, steel plates and stuff. Copper and iron plates, okay? So we're just going to do one iron plate per each one of these that I need to make. Probably like that many. I don't actually have a number in my head. I'm just kind of going with what seems like the correct amount. That's a lot, but hey, it's going to be good. It's going to be good. Then you take that. We're going to wrap this around these. 1, 2. 1, 2. And that's what, guess what? That's the importers. So then we need our exporters. Now you don't want to do it all in one line, but you could probably do it that way. I would not do it all in one line. Then obviously we have to consider how we're getting energy into here, which is a big problem with this design, because how actually am I going to get energy into this? Well, I haven't thought that far, but if I had to guess, I'm going to take this cable, run it here, and I'm going to run it underneath all of these at the backside, so that way I have the ability to put in energy. So we're going to take a look at that. We're going to try that out, figure out how I can do that. Which I have red copper, so I can definitely do that. If I have insulators, that's the big holdback. 1, 2. 1, 2. 16. 32. I could make more. Why did I make so few? Do this. Boom, 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 boom. Okay, 64. That's beyond what... it's not even enough for the rest of the base. And then, of course, remember you can supplement those in areas where nobody's going to see it, so make sure to do so. Because you're not just going to waste all of those extra resources for nothing, right? You know what I mean? I didn't make all of those just to make the entire thing that even people aren't going to see look pretty. We're gonna use up what we need to use up, but we're not going to go beyond that. We're just going to make a straight section, and then we're going to do cables into the centrifuges. Then obviously here, then do an L shape, and then boom. Wait, but you can't go into the back side, so you have to go into the side here. So side access to those. One, two. One, two. And as we come back through, we're going to go ahead and thread the rest of it. Remember, we're doing this. So now I can just add that there. One, two. Then bring back the cable all the way through. Nice. That allows me to now have all of my energy inputs set up. So effectively, all of these machines now have power. Except for these guys, because we are out of energy. You understand what I mean. Look at this. Wait, what? We're not out of energy. What the heck happened there? Does it just not have energy for these guys? Oh, wait, because I haven't plugged them in. And then I just have to plug them in. Just like this. Which each of those cables supplies both of these machines. And it should have took up pretty much all of the energy. I figure that it would cost majority of our energy. No, but we do have the nuclear power plant, so it's hooked up. And that will have a lot of energy in it as well. We need a screwdriver for the rest of this. The rest of this process is very simple and just requires a screwdriver. So that way I can have those set up. And then we need filters. And that would be the hardest part, is the filters. Figuring out what's going where, what's doing what, how we're going to do our peroxide and such. Obviously, the first thing we're going to want is aluminum, which is going to have to require a peroxide, I believe. We're going to go up 2 blocks on each of these. So we're going to go from top to bottom of this, right? So top to bottom. That'll go up 3 blocks. That gives you enough space to have a sorter on each level in case we need that. Zernox best starter reactor? There's alternatives, but like there's really no starter reactor. You could just build an RBMK right away. Like you're not limited to a Zernox, but the reason I go with the Zernox is because it's probably the safest option at this stage of the game. Like yes, you could build an RBMK, but is it gonna be good? You don't even have to, like you could wait till you have Sherbidium, by the way. Like you could then do a Sherbidium RBMK at the start. Like obviously a little more expensive, but I have designs that I've made that we're producing like 50 million HE with. I mean, it takes a Leviathan turbine though. That is a holdback on that. That's why you wouldn't necessarily be able to make those right away. So as it goes through there, it's going to basically be separated into each of my acidizers. Perfect. And then all that's left is getting pipes for each material. It's not going to go through the ground. It's going to be in the air this time. Pipes and then chemical plants, which I believe peroxide is like the only thing I might need to produce. I might be able to get away with just producing peroxide. What is this? Sulfuric acid. Hydrogen peroxide and water. I mean, I should be able to get away with just the bare minimum. Colorful marking. Concrete is for territory marking, isn't it? No, I've just divided up my base in sections. Or, well, divided up where my machines are, I guess. So, yes, I guess it is technically territory, but it is machine territory. My machines own that territory. Nobody's going to stop them from owning it. 16, 20. And then we need sorters. That's when things will get difficult, is when we have to do sorting. Okay, that's good. Those are all in position. So now I can have a conveyor that takes everything on top of these and just shoves it down the line until it goes all the way to the end, where we're going to have acidizer set up on the other side. I'm going to have to go check on something real quick, okay? I'll be back in a second. But we're making good progress, so that's good to see. I'll be back. I've returned. Returned to take care of what we need to do. I brought coffee and strawberry cake to watch the stream. Awesome. That's the way to go. That's the way to do it. Obviously, I'm not having music in this stream because this is the halfway stream, halfway through the day stream. So that's why I haven't had any music on, if you all were wondering. Just because I don't want to... Too tired for that. Halfway through the day and too tired. It's crazy, but it's just how my life is going right now. It's not very well. I'm not going to talk too much about that. Just want to ignore that because it is what it is. So I will need, because obviously you have peroxide, so that's going to require some stuff like an acidizer. And I think you might be able to get away with sulfuric acid in the other thing, and then you have nitric acid is quite literally just a liquefaction machine. Yes, it's just, that's how you get that. And then sulfuric acid could be used to make nitric acid, but do not do it this way. You're wasting your sulfuric acid because you can get, oh, look at that, ammonia. Ammonia can make nitric acid, guys. You can get it from that as well. But we'll take a look at that in a second. The real way of getting this is using the mixers. You can make 2 mixers. Get you some of that ammonia, though. Ammonia is the way to go if we can get that. Apparently, we're not going to be able to. So it's going to have to require no liquefaction at all. You can't do it without liquefaction. See if there's liquefaction available. Is the liquefactor even still a machine? Yes, but doesn't have any recipes. I'm pretty sure you could use the liquefactor for that. But I will play the game of, let's go ahead and make 1,000 of these. Okay, 1,000 of these, guys. Alright, so we're gonna just dump all of our garbage in here. And all of our... I'm running out of space to dump all my garbage at, because I have so much garbage now. We're gonna make some filters. Sorters is what they're called. Now, these can handle quite a bit of sorting power. They have quite a bit of sorting potential as well. You need an integrated circuit chip for each of them. So to do that, I just need some lead wire. Which is simple. I can just make a stack, as many stacks of this as I want even, on this thing. Yeah, look at that, like so much stacks. And that will allow us to finally begin production of ore processing, hopefully. Well, also we need to do the chem plants, so we're gonna look into those. We need 1 chem plant set up for, well, we have one there. Is it worth it to let's make a new one. Make a new one. We should have a circuit board or analog circuit board or the ability to make a couple more of those from recycling. They are lying around here somewhere, trust me. They will be in one of these boxes. It will be easy to obtain. I just need to get all of them that I need. Okay, we don't have any. It's unfortunate. It's unfortunate because I need an analog circuit board for this and don't have any. What have I done? I've achieved 0 things here. Well, we do have a toaster somewhere. Might have an analog circuit board in that. I just don't want to have to make another analog circuit board. I just want to cruise on by because I've made so many of them in the past. It's okay. They only cost vacuum tubes, right? So like vacuum tubes and capacitors, it's not super expensive stuff. I should have a bunch of that just lying around in these boxes, which it's odd. It's odd to say that I should just have a bunch of stuff lying around in these boxes, but it is what it is. It's where the cookie crumbled. Ah, here's a toaster. Here's a vacuum tube. Do we have any capacitors? Now, if I take the toaster to here, what will that give me? What is this? Broken toaster? Looks like toast. Oh, it gave me like nothing valuable. Wow. Ah, there we go. Capacitor. We should already have enough of the lead wires and stuff on board the machine, so we could make it. Yes, analog circuit board. That part's done. So I just need iron, lots of iron and stuff. Here we go. Iron, red copper. We have enough, and then we also have exactly enough of these. Do we have any steel? Of course we have steel. So watch this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2. 1, 2. 1, 2, 3. And then we have to divide that. So there we go. Divide that down. We're going to make motors and tubes. So type in coil for your motors. Have we made? No, we have not made. We need a ring coil. Oh yes, do that. We have not made the coils of the other thing as well. So we need to go back to here, grab some iron, and make those. So we need to make the heating coils, which are now done. So I effectively have everything I need for the chem plant, which is the first step. Then the second step is the blender. Lovely. Everybody likes blender. Or the mixing machine, which also requires a integrated circuit, I believe. No, it just requires a vacuum tube and a motor. Brilliant. That's actually good to see. Do that. And then just dump everything we have in there. Okay, I need those insulators. Five. That's all we have? Is this all we have? We're out of insulators, guys. We're out of insulators. The world is ending. It's okay, though. Because Bakelite is bending. Boom. That is enough. Is it not enough for... I see where it's not enough, which is sad. It makes me sad to see that I know it's not enough. No, it's not enough. It's okay though, because I have more Bakelite here. 1, 2. 1, 2,000 Bakelite. 3,000. Just throw it in there. Chemical plant is being worked on. The mixers are next. These are going to cost 4 steel plates and 1 motor. Now, one thing I want to check before we even bother making 2 of them is the ability for us to be able to run nitric acid through a liquefaction machine. So the liquefaction machine right here. And then you're going to throw in niter and a battery. Terbidium battery will work. No. No dice. Does not work. Okay, in which case, I'm prepared to make 2 mixers. Oh, well, that just sped up the process a whole bunch because it was already done. Nice. What do you know? It's already done. Surprising. We're probably going to make a divot in the ground. So we're going to do AoE 1, Silk Touch. Little divot in the ground for my chemical plant. Yeah, I'll go all the way down. Then we can build grading over tap to watch as it does its job. Huh. Well, I mean, I guess grading will go over that. How tall are they? Like, they're 3 blocks tall. Do we have grading? We should have grading. If we don't have grading, then something seriously wrong is going on. Let's go ahead and give it a shot. Let's see how this does. We have to take it down another block. It's okay though, because it will be fine. What I wish I had was like a way to go up and down much easier. Like a trapdoor grate. A grated trapdoor. So at this level, it should be able to work. Oops, my bad. Did not mean to do that. But we did it anyway. It's awesome. Awesome sauce, guys. Awesome sauce. Extra side of awesome sauce here. Oh wait, I need to actually put it in a floorboard. Or a floor block. Concrete. Then the walls could be like stone bricks or something simple. Something that I'm not gonna have to go mine out of somewhere else for right now. Maybe like a nice like limestone brick or something. How is my inventory always clogged? That's like the weird thing. My inventory is always clogged. Then we'll have the grading go on top. So like this. So now I can confirm, oh yes, it's doing its job, it's doing its job. Look at that, it's beautiful. It's magnificent. Magnificent. What the heck? Whoa. What? I just did something to the machine. Hold on, because I put a roof on top of it, it encased it. Ah. Ooh. Oh, so if the center top block is covered, it encases the machine. Watch. Ooh. Really? It's quite interesting. But obviously, the starting point is going to be a water barrel, which is going to pipe water down. So we need to get some pipes and stuff out. Get some ducts out. Should have some available. some bricks, some ducts, some concrete, and a barrel. The 3 things I will need. And I should have a barrel over at Zarnox, which means I just need to find where I put the pipes. Probably in the box over here, if I had to guess. That was awesome. Am I out of ducts? Is that what happened? Exhaust pipe. We have exhaust pipe. We don't have any ducts though. Oh, are they in this box? I wonder. Well, at least we know these are here. The barrels are in the right spot. Alright, I'm gonna need some iron, and then I'll be able to make the stuff. Put water in. Infinite water barrel. Where's my fluid ID? Where did I put it at? Where the heck is my fluid ID? Where is it gone? Because I know it's somewhere. It's hiding around here somewhere, guys. It's crazy. It's crazy. Crazy words, man. Crazy words for a crazy guy. I need iron. Wait, I have no iron. So one will be for sulfuric, one will be for nitric. One will be for everything between. Do we have betweenium? In betweenium? That'd be a funny metal. In betweenium. Hafnium, in betweenium. All the way yum. Vacuum tubes. Oh, dang it. Oh, dang it. We need vacuum tubes. But also, we need to find where the actual fluid ID went, because it's gone somewhere to do something. Whatever it's doing right now, it's not really productive to my goals. So, vacuum tube needs to be found ASAP. 1, 2, 3, 4. Build. Okay, with that, I have one final task we have to accomplish, which is just finding the fluid ID. There it is. Perfect. Also finding inserters, conveyors, and everything else, so that way I can make this actually function. Hope in betweenium will be more obtainable than unobtainium. Yeah. That'd be amazing. Okay, so that's gonna be an output pretty much. Well, could be an input or output. Well, let's just say it's an output, okay? So this guy is ready to make peroxide. Hydrogen peroxide production is underway, which now leaves this. Leaves me to do. Oh, wait, what? Then we have peroxide. Do a hydrogen peroxide pipeline right out of here. Well, actually, wouldn't it make more sense for it to go over on the... This is the part of the stream where I build the machines. It's gonna become the new stream song. This is the part of the stream where we build the machines. And this is gonna be on this side, by the way. Reason being, I want to be able to have access to the pipe, so that way it goes. Well, it doesn't matter, because in reality, we're going to have it so it will go through. It's still outputting either way. It doesn't matter. It actually doesn't matter if I have it connected to both machines through one pipe. The next step is going to be the mixer, which it will go into a mixer, right? It will go all the way into this mixer here. Boom. It's going to be peroxide, hydrogen peroxide in that guy. And then we have another one called sulfuric acid. Sulfuric acid goes into the next one. AOE, that's vein miner, but that works too. Then we're going to AOE the top. AOE 1 and Silk Touch. Chop up a spider. And we should be good to just build this over like 2 more blocks, and then we have this thing. Sulfuric acid right here, which will allow us to effectively produce nitric acid. So if I go into this thing, sulfuric acid, which means it needs that, and then also nitric acid as well. Which means that now I have all of the machines set up. I just have to plug them all in via the energy conduits we'd already set up on those, probably. So we're gonna grab some more stone bricks out of here. Find these. Perfect. And then I just have to figure out how to get the cables to connect down through the thing. And it shouldn't really be hard at all, because the cables are right here. So if the cables go there, then all it is just a simple task of finding out how to get these through efficiently. We're just gonna build out to like here, and I'm gonna cross over. Boom, and then boom. Set in some concrete on the bottom. $18 concrete are available this time. Okay. Also, box ducts. Set those in. Those are going to be for the outputs of the fluids that we're producing. So obviously, if you have nitric acid in this guy, it's going to go up to the correct machine too. So figure out where that's going to be at. Theoretically, it should be this one right here. And it is in practice. So it's all a matter of getting it piped right in. So nitric acid will go there, which isn't even complete, by the way, because you still need to insert the stuff for the nitric acid part. Which that's the real knee slapper right here. This is gonna be a pain to set up without having some way of fitting in like a pipe that connects that, or like, you know, like a way of getting stuff to it. You understand? Like, this is the way we had it set up there. No way. At least this way you still have the chance that I can get an input in through one of the sides, but it's kind of an iffy thing if I'm going to actually be able to make that look good or not. It's all dependent on that. If it looks good, hey, it's going to be all easy peasy. But if it looks terrible, I'm not doing it. So we're going to try to figure out a way to do that. 2 inputs, right? You have your 2 input inserters. Then you also need an output on this guy. But we already covered his, so I think he already has this done. Because this one has its nitric acid. Then this one needs to have its sulfuric acid. Sulfuric orange juice. It's just a block over. That works really well. Sulfuric acid. Boom. You look at the bottom of these. It's a guy's face. Whoever the heck that guy is. Then finally, all that remains is just to figure out how the heck you get stuff into this and out of this, and how to get things to work together, so that way when we ore process, we end up recycling the perfect amounts of items through, and how to do that. Like that's a whole process in and of itself, to figure out how you're gonna get the correct amount of, oh, we need more sulfuric, we need more need more of this. Obviously I can extend these with hopper buffers. Hopper buffer. I'll show you how to do that in a second, because that's going to be important. But basically what a hopper buffer is going to be is if you take a crate, attach it with a hopper to between the conveyor inserter and such. So then you're effectively just using a hopper to transfer the items from a crate into it. Gives you more storage space that way. It's the reason I want to do it that way. Is because that's what I want to do. Why the heck are you guys here? Like, seriously, get out of here. What is stupid nonsense? Literally just come here to harass me. Like, that's all they do. That's all they do. Just destroy everything. Literally just come here to destroy everything. Yep. Make it all burn. It's fine. It's fine. We have all day. Stop! There's another one. don't know if I have all the stuff I need now. It should be easy. It should be easy. Okay. What we need for that is going to be hoppers, crates, that kind of thing. We should have steel. If we can find more steel in one of these boxes, wherever the heck it's at. We're going to need conveyors. We're also going to need conveyor ejectors, conveyor inserters. Oh, that's going to come in handy. More steel. And then we can start making those. But also, do I have hoppers? The real question. Do I have hoppers? Answer. It looks like I don't have hoppers. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 for hoppers. 10 iron for hoppers. Also gonna need some more for crates. You do that, what you're left with is enough. Let's build hoppers. You have hoppers now, and then guess what? Guess what? Can install the new setup. Boom, boom. That allows me to make sulfuric acid. Is this enough? Yeah, it's got enough. It's going to allow me to make sulfuric acid without having to worry about, oh, we need a specific amount because otherwise it's going to overflow, guys. It's going to overflow. It's not going to overflow because now I have crates that can store more than I probably will ever have of sulfur and stuff. So that's where this needs to have sorters on it, is so that way I can be like, oh, do we have sulfur? Spit it right out into that guy. Oh, do we have this? Send it to that guy. Oh, do we have that? Send it to this guy. You know, that's where that's going to come in handy. So it's time to start making those, the sorters. Start off, we need these integrated circuit things. Those. We're going to need some insulators as well. And then we're going to look at the sorter. See how it costs, what it needs effectively. It should not need too much. It should be really simple. A sorter is going to cost... Oh, and it only makes you one. Oh my gosh. We're going to need 6 of them. Well, anything that makes it through the thirst tube should go into general purpose nitric. Should just fall under nitric acid. And if it doesn't fall under nitric acid, then it's going to be sent to somewhere else. Or it's just going to end up there, sitting in storage. That's just, oh my goodness. It's wrapped in these. It's like a present, but it's wrapped in the thing you don't want it to be wrapped in. Obviously, there's other ways to do sorters than just these. If I wanted to, what I could do is instead of sorting it, I could just have a little box that goes, oh, okay, well, I have this, just put it in there. Do the put it in a box method. But obviously this is really easy to do. Just do one of those. Then you're able to have stuff flow across into the box. So a conveyor belt will be all I need. Boom. 1. Then you'll need another one for this guy. And then there's some things that you can't actually process in a thing that's going to require a fourth centrifuge. So we'll have to have 2 more made, which is a lot of centrifuges to make if you think about it. Because we've made 2 for this, and then we're going to make 2 more in a bit. In like the next stream, probably 2 more centrifuges for finalizing everything. Or actually, I don't even know what the other one's for. Oh yeah, I know what the other's for. It's for the nuclear power. Obviously, there's some considerations to make with anything you do in HBM mod. So, what I'm going to do is I'm going to cover this and that. Does that look good? I don't really think it does. I think it's unnecessary. So we're just gonna have them as is, just running there, just doing their thing. So for this, we are going to set up sulfur. So as sulfur goes through processing, right? Sulfur is processed with peroxide. Niter is processed, guess what, with peroxide. So we can just use those. So that means we have our first filters done as well. The first filters would be niter and sulfur. I just need to find my iron and some copper. Okay, we're just gonna make 1 billion of these. Just make 1 billion. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Nice. And then we'll split this up inside of a crafting table and craft as many as it gives. So as many as it gives me. Do all. It's like, what, 35? And then you make those again. Just wrap it around a integrated circuit. For our input, we're going to have one of these right here. That gives you a total of 18 things that you can put into this guy. And now, is there more than 18 ores in HBM mod? No, it's really simple. So that means that any ore that you can put inside of a acidizer with peroxide can go through there. Any ore that you can put inside of one of these can go through there. And finally, we're left with this, just conveyors. Which means that I can have another one at the end if I wanted to. But I don't want to, so for now, we're just going to have this. Because there's no way we're going to have anything that's going to need nitric acid, by the way. That's something I forgot to mention, is that pretty much anything that needs nitric acid is really rare and uncommon. So there are some things that need nitric acid, but it's really rare and uncommon, as I've specified. So for that, I now have an acidizing setup. And if I am correct, now I can just place in some sulfur, right? Let's say sulfur. What side does it need to go out of? Oh, it can go out of, what sides are on these? What side can't I see? So I can see purple. Okay, so it's not orange. We know it's not orange, so it's yellow. Yes, it can go out yellow. Sulfur is yellow. So we're going to say whitelist. We're going to say purple is going to be blacklist. Route if the filter doesn't match. Route if the filter matches. Route if the filter doesn't match. So blacklist is nothing. Everything's okay. So blacklist on that. Whitelist. Route if the filter matches. Route if the filter matches. On blue, do not do that. Blacklist on blue. On blue as well. And then for the other one, red is whitelist. Red is whitelist. And then, if you want to go even more, like if you have even more of these, here's what I would do. Climb on top. Boom, 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 boom. And place a chute here. So now you have orange available. How do you, what the heck? Okay. See, now I have orange on there as well. Which means that finally, we've finished everything. So orange can be white as well. That means everything can go through these sides. Now, of course, that will be determined by how you have everything set up and your orientation of everything. This looks funny. It looks goofy. It's goofy, dude. It's goofy. It's Bobbert. Bobbert the water barrel. Serving his life as the water barrel. Forever in peace. So we could do orange. Do it through the top. Right? And then, you know what else goes through there? What else goes through, I don't even know what else goes through there. Well, I can figure it out. I can figure it out for sure. So then let's just type in ore and start filtering out what ores we need. So gold ore is hydrogen peroxide. So grab some gold ore. We're going to put it up there. So gold ore is hydrogen peroxide. Okay. So now iron ore is hydrogen peroxide. I can tell you that for a fact. I know it for a fact, okay? I can tell you copper is also hydrogen peroxide. Pretty much everything that's really low tier is hydrogen peroxide. Titanium is sulfuric acid. Or it should be. What is red lapis is hydrogen peroxide. Diamonds are hydrogen peroxide. Redstone is hydrogen peroxide. So if I have any of those things, I need to put them in there. I do have those things. I need to dump all my stuff in one of these boxes. So if there's enough space in any of these boxes. Okay, here we go. Dump all of it in here. An ejector as well. So, of course, redstone. We're going to say lignite is... Lignite doesn't even go through this, okay? So lignite can't go through this. It needs to go to a centrifuge directly. It goes straight to the end of the processing. Aluminum is the big thing, because that's what I'm after for the most part, is aluminum. We said iron, lapis, cinnabar is a question. Question mark, cinnabar, question mark. So in HBM mod, we should have a cinnabar or palladium. Cinnabar, where is that even? Oh, here it is. Hydrogen peroxide. Yet again, another hydrogen peroxide. It will always be hydrogen peroxide for the end of time. If it's pretty common, just put it through the hydrogen peroxide process. Now, aluminum, I do have to question that one because I don't really remember. Ah, it's hydrogen peroxide as well. Oh, wait. Aren't the only ones that need this? Wait, can I just check the recipe? Oh, there's 870 recipe. Yeah, I don't think so. I think fluorite might be... It's fluorite's peroxide. Fluorite. We already know fluorite's peroxide. The only things that aren't are like niter and stuff. Niter's definitely not gonna go through this. So asbestos as well. Zinc. So we just have to figure out what zinc goes through. Does zinc go through this? Oh, it goes through nitric acid. Okay. Yeah, then zinc's not going through any of those. Zinc's not getting filtered. What about asbestos? Asbestos? Is any of the are any of these asbestos? Asbestosis? Bro, where's the asbestos when you're looking for it? Because I know it's in here somewhere. Oh, there it is. Asbestos. Oh, it just gets shredded. Okay, asbestos is kind of also in the no-go of not even going through processing of processing. But here's where things are like filtered for these. Boom. That. Obviously we have those. Do we have cinnabar? Nope. Aluminum. Yes. Cool. Yes. Lead is a question mark on that. I don't know if lead goes through there, so we'll see about how lead goes. I know niter goes through here though. can confidently say niter goes in there. Emerald, tungsten, and then beryllium, uranium also. These are some of your higher tier ores, right? It's like your uranium and stuff. Put uranium here, this here, and then I believe beryllium also. I know for a fact those two go in there. Also, calcium fluoride, so fluorite, and then tungsten will go in here as well. So that means everything should be sorted. I don't know about emeralds though. I have no idea about emeralds. I don't know if emeralds actually go in there or not. We're about to find out though. We are about to find out. So this will work by essentially, this piece here is going to shoot out items that are going to go up into this here. This piece here will shoot items up there. Boom. From a crate. So if we have just done if we've just gone mining, we're gonna have a crate that's well organized. It's gonna be sorted to handle the task of being harvested for resources. It's gonna be ready for that. Okay, there we go. I just have to figure out how to get this piece there. Okay. Boom. There we go. That's perfect. That's backwards. I just now realized that. Okay, that should do, and oh, that should. What am I doing, bro? Just fix that. Okay. Yeah, the level of confusion on that is unreal when you don't know what you're doing. Okay. Now this is when we're going to need to do sulfur. So sulfur is going to go out the green side. Niter is going to go out the green side. Guess what? It's easy peasy because now all I have to do is say sulfur or niter. Go do your stuff. So throw a niter in here. It gets ejected. It's going to go to the acidizer, which it is. It's going to go to the centrifuge, which it is. It's not there yet. What this takes forever. It's typical, isn't it? Typical. So we're just gonna put more niter in, just to test and see if it's working. Should be ejecting all of the niter, and some of the niter is not going in to where it needs to be, which is causing issues. Causing some severe issues, okay? And so if it's yes, wonderful. This is why we test these things. So put a blacklist filter there, and then for the other side, which is purple, we'll do a blacklist filter there. But for the green side, niter, or no, for the other one, it's niter on the green. Niter on the green side, okay. So blue will be a blacklist, and then on the purple side, blacklist. So boom. Purple side, blacklists. The problem is that once it goes through, it's kind of getting ejected into the wrong spot. Also, we have to take into consideration that we might have just sent the wrong items into there. So I guess what it needs to really do is blacklist this on the purple side, which we can do that here. We can do that here. We can't blacklist them here though, because the second I start trying to do that here, it will not work. So we can blacklist purple on niter. Do we have anything else that we can blacklist there? Iron, aluminum, fluorite. You're going to need 3 sides to actually successfully prevent items from going in there that you don't want to go in there. So either you're going to have to pick and choose where you're not going to process, or you're just going to have to deal with it. You're sending all of the items through anyway. I think we'll have to do 2 sides will go in there, and then it's problematic. It's just the problem. Is there any other options? Route if filter doesn't match. Wildcard. Route if no other route is valid. Ah, now that's where things come in handy, because you can just say, oh, guys, purple's wildcard. As long as there's no other valid route, then it will continue to do processing, which is the beautiful thing. HBM, congratulations. I like your mod. You've done a good thing. You've done us a great service. Route if no other route is valid. Well, then what's the problem with this one? There's no other valid route. Oh. Okay, they both have to be set to that. There we go. That's what we're looking for. And obviously lithium is kind of a useless product to be just throwing away like this, but we'll collect that in a second. Let me just go grab some these. So with that, I've effectively made it so now all I have to do is find some way to craft all my lithium together, probably through the crucible, which could be an option. And then also we have cinnabar. And as you can see, we're now stockpiling niter down there. All the lithium will collect here at the end. Wild card on both of these. So now it should work. Keywords on it should work, because what I'm about to see happen is going to determine if it works or not. It works. Holy crap, it actually works. I mean, it doesn't surprise me because I've done this before. It's just really crazy that we actually have a working setup for producing different materials now. Well, at least the first stages of ore processing. The final stage is refinement, which goes into this section here. It's going to be 2 electrolyzers. Also, for things like aluminum, that's a special type of material that needs to be processed in a different way. So those things we'll have to figure out what they are. Because aluminum has to go probably out the orange section. So we'll have to whitelist aluminum on orange. And how is this guy? Is he stockpiling what he needs? I mean, I think he is. Finally, with all of this done, I'm able to rest. Yeah, well, pretty much this is going to be all I have to do until whatever comes next in the process of setting it all together. Also, I need to put the sulfur through here. See how that does. How it does with sulfur. Test 2 different products. Because those are the first materials you need, really, to do ore processing, are sulfur and niter. Both of those are going to come in handy. And having more niter and sulfur to start off is really handy. Because we're about to go into... Like, the second I have sulfur, then... Now, the question is, how much energy is that costing us? And it's costing us minus 35 per each of those, getting 6. Which means if I go over to the Xernox reactor, we should be able to just turn on the Xernox reactor and it will fix all of the problems pretty well. So all I have to do is head over to the Xernox and turn it on and test it out. Energy production is at 182 kilo-HE per second. Good. Is it going out to the energy use? Is it going into the base power is actually what I'm wondering. I don't think it is going into the base power, actually, now that I think about it. So we don't even have this thing connected. Well, with that, we have gotten ourselves ore processing, which is good. Because next episode, we're going to be working on the next part of ore processing, the electrolyzers, centrifuges, and final stage stuff. You do, of course, need to have a nitric acid setup here. although it's not the most important one. Nitric acid is used with the acidizer for some of these. Okay, it is used for some of these. Like you make Kevlar sheets that way. Hydrazine, it's used for rocket fuel, so yeah, you do need this. Anyway, you would need this. Oh look, there's the old bedrock ores. Ah, here you go. Zinc. This is really more for the old ores. You don't even need this anymore. You could do this with 2 acidizers, and then you'll be fine with 2 acidizers. You just won't be able to do zinc. Yeah, that's the only one that it needs. Is zinc. That's really unfortunate. Because I just built all of this. It's okay, though. It's okay. We'll still get use out of it. It's fine. We do need nitric acid anyway, so it just gives me more of a reason to have this. Plus, zinc does exist, so okay. We'll know for next time to just make 2 of them and forget about zinc because it's practically useless. Well, what are we going to use zinc for? Okay, what are we going to use it for? What is zinc good for? Besides what? Also, we're going to just say this is a tiny pile of zinc, so every tiny pile of zinc is going to get whitelisted and put out through there, through the top, so I do not have to deal with zinc anymore. Or lithium, specifically lithium. Yes, lithium, go. Lithium endpoint. You know, I'm gonna place it right here. Boom. Because eventually that can be used to make tritium. It's going to be what it's probably going to end up being. Tritium for a fusion reactor, which we could send out tritium. I will see you all in the next one, though, because I am done for today.